welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And we are at a shindig today.
Yeah, well, it appears that way.
Who uses that word?
You?
Essentially.
One person.
Essentially.
7 billion.
So what are we talking about today? We've got a big crowd around us, a lot of people. And we're talking about knowing your customer and how important it is to know your customer. And this is kind of common sense to everybody out there, but I think we tend to forget it because we're online. You have the retail store, and you've got regular customers.
Yep.
And when you see somebody come in that's a regular, what is the first thing that goes through your mind about them, generally speaking?
You mean besides dollar signs?
Besides dollar signs.
Well, I usually smile, greet them, how's it going, whoever they are.
But if I walked in, if you didn't know...
I would walk away.
Thank you. If I walked in, are you going to try selling me G.I. Joe accessories?
No.
Are you going to try selling me pennants for the bills?
No.
What are you going to try selling me?
Sports cards.
Older sports cards or older comic books.
Yeah. They don't always have to be low grade. Sometimes high grade.
Once in a while, yeah. Or you can wave it in front of me.
We mix it up, yeah. That's $1,000.
Exactly. But why wouldn't you try to sell me the G.I. Joe accessories?
Well, you're just not into it. You have no interest, or I know you don't buy that stuff, so why waste your time or mine?
Yep, exactly.
Give you what you want, what you're looking for.
Yep. So you've got, 50, 100, couple hundred, whatever, regular customers that come in, and as soon as they come in, you know who they are.
Yep.
You know what it is they're looking for. And if you've picked something or other up recently that goes within what they collect, you say, hey, I've been hoping you were coming in.
Yeah.
I want to show you this.
Yeah,
and
saving this for you, yeah. It's right up your alley, sure. Or you've been looking for this, I finally found it, whatever, yeah.
And that's common sense in the secondhand trade face-to-face. But I think a lot of us make the error where we do not do that online. It just never occurs to us because when that person comes in, you recognize him immediately. Right. You say, this is Bill. He collects trains. I got some train stuff for you.
Sure.
But when Lone Wolf 63 orders from you, he's one order out of hundreds or thousands that have happened in the meantime. You don't necessarily remember Lone Wolf 63.
Yeah, my memory's not good as it is. And then if you had 200-300 people that are saying, hey, if you ever get this, if you ever get that, sometimes I'll show you and you look it up if we don't have it. But, down the road, I'm not going to remember or if I have it, it's a needle in a haystack here, so.
And I think another one of the reasons for that is when you do take a look at the online sales on eBay, we're going to use eBay only as an example. How often do you notice the username?
Oh, very rarely, yeah.
What do you notice?
The item.
The item that's sold, exactly. So you say, look, a June 13th, 1972 Time magazine sold.
Right.
You're not putting it together that whoever bought it. In fact, I know for myself, unless somebody has a really, really peculiar username that jumps out at me, I tend to notice my repeat customers when I print the shipping label and I say, I recognize that address. I recognize, I've shipped a lot of things to Plano, Texas.
Right.
I wonder if that's the same. I do sell a lot of this. That's what it is. And I think that is one of the problems. I know eBay is pushing for us to use coupons and all that kind of thing and trying to make it easier for us to, offer coupons to your prior customers, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that's a good idea on their part. I know a lot of people have tried the coupons and not had luck with it.
Yeah. Well, even eBay, though, didn't mean to interrupt you, but when you print out the label, all the information's tiny. So you print it out, you skim through it, boom, you move it over to the pile or whatever, where other sites like Amazon, it's gigantic. So I remember more Amazon people because of that.
Oh, that's an interesting thing.
And the DVD site as well. A lot of repeat customers, but it's larger. And I remember that where eBay, it's in the corner, it's tiny, the username's tiny. You tend not to look at that. You're in a hurry.
So that's actually something interesting to if eBay executives are watching us. Increase the size of that there because we actually would recognize people's names more, and maybe we would be more prone to use coupons and all that sort of thing.
Sure.
But the reason why I thought of this topic was we talked on a recent live show. Check them out every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. very interactive, that I had purchased a pile of Win magazines.
Yep.
And they actually did come in, and to anybody who doesn't know what they are, which is pretty much everybody in the world other than me at this point, they're left-wing magazines, anti-war, anti-nuke, and all that kind of thing. And they're from the 70s and 80s. And as I was going through the pile of the magazines, I'm saying, oh, this one has a China cover. I know one person in particular who buys China, and a couple of other people that regularly come back and buy China items. And I said, okay, they'll buy this. Somebody will buy this. One of my repeat customers will buy this. There's a gentleman that comes back probably about once every 3 to 6 months that buys a lot of things about Israel. So then I said, as I was going through, I'm definitely going to be able to sell this to this gentleman the next time he comes and visits. I've got a couple of different gentlemen who buy opera programs. I've got people that buy, and I tend to know these things. I got a gentleman from Canada that buys Expo 67 things. Now, he doesn't want to buy just one item because of the shipping.
Right.
So he waits for 6, 7. But this is where this will really, really help you with your sales. There's 2 areas that you can really use this. Number 1 are the keywords. So I'm looking at this one magazine, and it's got a mention in there about Israel, and it's got 4 other things listed.
Right.
Well, I'm going to use Israel as one of my keywords because I know that I've got somebody that searches on that who shops me regularly.
Right.
The second area is set up your store categories very, very well.
Right.
I've got somebody from, or a couple of different people from Rochester who regularly search my items. I make sure that I have a Rochester area of the store so they can always go right into that, because these people from Rochester who buy the Rochester items, they're not going to buy a Win magazine about nuclear, about 3 Mile Island. They could care less about that. So they're not going to end up buying that. So store categories are another very, very good way to set things up so you end up getting repeat customers. I know back in the day, before eBay shut down, a portion of their business, you had a lot of repeat customers, and you knew what people were buying. You saw somebody's name and you say, okay, I know this gentleman likes this magazine. I know this person likes this thing, and you would list things directly into that. So hopefully that does help you some over there. It's first nature to do it in the retail store. You see your regular customers, you know exactly what they want. Realize that that's the same thing in the online world. If Bob comes in all the time for you and wants to buy trains, Bob searches you out online, he's probably not looking to buy Legos. He probably is still looking to buy trains. It's just a lot more difficult to associate, put a face with the name type deal. It's a lot more difficult to do. But if you use some good keywords and know what sells regularly, and one other thing that I would definitely tell everybody, and I do this all the time when people are buying from me, add me as a favorite. That way they're always shopping my shop. They're always coming in. They're always looking what I have. And I always say to them, I get this sort of thing regularly. Add me as a favorite. And, we've talked before about the person out in California that sells me the magazines. And sometimes he finds some very obscure titles. And the way that he sends me the magazines is he'll send 3 of this title this month, and 2 months from now he might send 4 of that title. Well, somebody will come and ask me, do you have any more? No, but I do not. However, I suspect that sometime in the next couple of months, more will come in. Add me as a favorite seller. And they, okay, I've done so. And that's more foot traffic, basically. Anything else you want to add about that?
No, I think we hit it.
Oh, very good. Hit it out of the park.
I wasn't thinking, though, for the adding as a favorite, is there a setting you can do or put it in your email or something like that to promote it, or do you have to just email them directly and say that?
No, you could definitely put it in as a template on your listings and all that stuff. Add me as a favorite seller and put the template there so they can click right on it. That would definitely get other people that you don't even solicit. They would click on it.
I know what you're doing Monday morning.
Skipping work. Hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.